Okay. Yep. Hey guys, we are the Positive Service Announcement Team. We're going to be here on YouTube to kind of basically promote positivity on the internet. And for this particular show, it's going to be actually Your Favorite Anime Rocks, where we're going to every week cover one anime, hopefully at least one, and tell you why it's an awesome show, why you should like it, why everybody should watch it. And but first, before we jump into the first anime, we're actually going to introduce ourselves, kind of tell you why we are who we are, and why our opinion matters. So I guess I'll start off with my intro first. I'm David Thorburns of Two Nerds on the Couch. We'll have a description if you want to know what we've done before. I did things like the Game Factor, video game reviews, things like that. We do a couple other different things. Check out our channel down below. I am a big shonen fan. Everyone keeps pointing down, but I'm a big shonen fan. I've been an anime fan for a long time. Like a lot of different things.
Hi, I'm Julie. My YouTube channel is Javern Sings. I watch a lot of shoujo, but I'm pretty mixed bag as far as what anime I watch. Adventure, fighting, or magical girls, or just rom-com.
Hi, I'm Warring Pug on YouTube. My name is Cole, and I specialize in collecting 1980s anime OVAs, also collections from the early 90s as well, and my specialty is giant robots and mecha anime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hi everybody, I'm Kat Thompson. I do a bunch of podcasts, but I do talk about anime on my show Nerd to the Third Power, which is over on YouTube and iTunes and This Week in Geek. Check us out. Links below. I have been an anime fan for an embarrassingly large number of years. Also worked a bunch of anime conventions over the past also embarrassingly large number of years. Makes us feel old. My favorite genre tends to be shonen, leaning more towards swords and sorcery. My favorite anime ever is Slayers, because you can't beat 90s anime, no matter what anybody says.
Hello, I'm Beth, also from Two Nerds on the Couch. We do bead sprite stuff, and we've been to loads of conventions. My favorite anime is Naruto. You can tell me how much you hate it, but I'll still love it.
That's the whole point of the show.
That's the whole point of the show. Yep. I still love my anime. So there you go.
So that's our team.
Yay!
Yay!
Now, this project kind of came about because we all go to conventions. We've all been on the internet at least once. We see a lot of negativity out there. A lot of people will line up to tell you how much your favorite anime is just awful and you should feel bad for liking it. And I feel like that's the wrong attitude to have as a fandom. We should be united because we are so few. And people who think that our favorite thing, anime, is so dumb, they greatly outweigh us. So there's just too many people trying to tear you down. And what we want to do is build you up. We want to let you know that your favorite anime rocks.
And so to kick off our first show here, for your favorite anime rocks, we're going to start it off with a big one, Hetalia.
Hetalia is an anime in about 5-minute segments, and it's about countries represented by a person, usually as a generalized stereotype of people from that nation, but in a comedic fashion and loosely portraying historical events.
Countries as people.
Countries as people.
There you go.
We've called this conference to solve the world's problems, not to fight about the problems of our past. And since I'm the only country who seems to know how to run a meeting, we'll follow my rules from here on out.
Well, let's go ahead and get some of the negative things that we hear about this show out of the way. The show is actually quite short, and by that I mean there's not a whole lot to invest in. Most people watch anime for the plot. That's something that's typically argued. And Hetalia is not a show that's about the plot, it's about the characters. As such, it's not something very deep that you're going to feel particularly invested in for the development of things in the show itself. And Beth, I believe you had a separate complaint?
Yeah, a lot of the Well, let me start over.
A lot of carpenter.
A lot of the negativity comes from people observing the fans of Hetalia. While it's great that they're very much behind their anime, it's a little too rambunctious for quite a bit of people. And that's not everyone, obviously. That's just a very small minority of people.
Hashtag not all fans.
Hashtag not all fans. Yes.
Very important.
Yes.
Exactly. So that's
Hashtag consent.
Yes.
so that's where the negative side comes as far as the fandom. So people see them acting
Crazy.
yes, thank you. And then they go from acting, see them acting crazy to go, oh, okay, so this anime is terrible, so it sucks. And we're here to change the view on that. So, on to the positive aspects of the anime.
Friends. That sounds nice. Since I've never had friends, I'll likely treat you badly, but someone has to take it. This could work. Friends. We don't have to kiss, do we?
Nope, unless you want to.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, we're definitely going to spend more time here on the positive because that's what we're here for, about telling you that your favorite anime rocks. As we all know each other, we talk about this. One of our hosts here has a very, very strong opinion, positive opinion, about the dub.
The dub is fantastic. I don't say that very much because I'm more of a sub person versus dubs. I'm willing to give any dub a fair chance. And this is one of those once in a year or so, just absolutely fantastic dubs. With the show, because of how fast all the characters speak and the kind of jokes and stuff that they're making, to watch it in your own language makes more sense. So the dub is fantastically written. All the puns are things that we can understand. We can hear all the rapid fire jokes and catch it all rather than watching the subs fly by at 1,000,000 miles an hour. You could tell with this show they spent quite a lot of time casting it very precisely because there's a lot of complexity to it. It's not just, oh, this guy sounds like he looks like this face. No, it's they have to be able to do accents. They have to be able to kind of, some of them try to sound a little bit like each other because a lot of the characters are meant to be very similar. So it's just, overall, it's just a really fantastic dub. Yep.
And to be blunt with it, it's probably one of the funniest animes out there.
Definitely.
I mean, if you sit down and watch just 5 minutes of it, you're going to spend 3.5 minutes of that laughing. I mean, there's very few animes, even true comedy animes, that just make you laugh as minute by minute, second by second that you watch it as Hetalia. I don't think you can name anything as funny as this that's going to make you laugh throughout the entire thing.
Yeah,
My
it really.
sticky friend.
I forgot about feeding my sticky friend.
I'm not a tomato box fairy.
I'm so sorry, you were right. I am not the box of tomatoes fairies at all. It was all lies.
And like, even when it's not ridiculous things like flying mint bunny or tomato box fairy, it really does present. It's a historical comedy. It blends the actual historical events and the comedy very, very well when they show, chiefly when they show the interrelationships between the countries. And it's like, you really see that that's how we treat each other, more or less.
Canada! Dude, wanna play a little catch with me, bro, huh? Okay. Ready, eh? Go ahead. Okay, dude, better get ready, cause here comes the thunder! Hit me with your best shot. I can catch any ball you throw. Hey, I've got an idea. How about we try playing where nobody gets slaughtered? You want me to throw it like France? That works, cause then we can both have fun.
To just laugh it off, and it just kind of, I think in a way, you can use it to argue the camaraderie between these countries, like when it was founded, why it's lasted. It's very, and like they also, some of them call each other Big Brother a lot, in different sequences.
Dear big brother, I started a job where I make money at Germany's house.
And I think it's very appropriate that, like, all these countries have a familial relationship. Because, let's be honest, what family doesn't talk shit and make fun of somebody behind their back? But if somebody attacks them, you'll be there. That's what family does.
Definitely a show, as you mentioned, that it borrows from historical facts. So even though they're loosely interpreted, you might actually learn something.
Mm-hmm.
People have learned stuff. There's things on Tumblr or things on Facebook where you see where somebody knew a detail about some historical battle because they saw it on Hetalia, and their teachers are so impressed, and they're like, no, not really. One of the things that Hetalia sort of is impressive in its feat of being tastefully offensive. While it's causing you to learn about history and learn about other countries, it's also insulting everybody. And it's not doing its job correctly if it's not insulting everybody. But the fact that it hits so close to home, but in great ways, like pointing out how America is one day gonna die of diabetes because of the really terrible diet that America has, and how France is really concerned with how he looks and stuff like that. These are things that in any other context we might get offended by, but the way it's presented makes it hilarious.
And like all of the jokes that France is a girl or whatever.
France is mistaken for a girl.
Yes.
Poor France.
Yeah. If you mentioned actually you brought this up. I think the animation is really good for a short anime.
Oh yeah, I mean, the
format.
Like
The format of
package.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not like
Well, it's
the
not.
best anime in the world, but
Right.
for something that is put together for a 5-minute thing, a lot of the stuff that you see nowadays that's that short looks all shaky drawn and all this. This is the characters are very well detailed. Their uniforms have, very accurate representations of them. You don't see a lot of just cheap drawing where it just looks like it's plastered on there. Everything is made to look really good.
Yeah, I mean, for a budget anime, definitely.
Yeah.
And then also to go sort of along with that, yes, it is 5 minutes, essentially, but that can actually be taken as a positive thing if you don't really have a whole lot of time, but you just want to watch a little something. Then there you go. It's your perfect little 5-minute nugget of anime. And I mean, part of the reason it is that short is because the webcomic was pretty short as well. So.
Yeah, it started as a panel, however many panel webcomic, which actually it's really impressive at how it grew from a webcomic just by this Japanese guy who was living in New York at the time into this giant monstrosity of a franchise, because it started in the webcomic, moved to, I don't remember what it went first, anime or manga. I feel like it went anime first. And then also simultaneously publishing a manga, and now it's so many seasons long, and there's all of this merchandise, and it just grew and grew and grew, and it's still going. For it to start that small and get so big, that's kind of like that guy's dream come true.
Yeah.
Julie, you had something?
Yeah, just the fact that there's so many shows now that are really, really long, like hundreds and hundreds of episodes, and there's nothing wrong with that. Many of them have enough story, enough good story, enough great characters to warrant it. But it's kind of nice to change it up, and instead of having an epic saga, have a short little comedy that you can knock out in a couple hours.
And whereas it doesn't have a lot in the way of a, intense storyline or a plot, it's actually exceptionally well character driven. Yeah. The characters are really fun to watch. So you are enticed to continue watching it, not because you think you're going to get some emotional payout from the story, but you're going to get an emotional payout from the characters instead.
And all of these reasons are why Hetalia is awesome.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Pasta!
Wait, do it again. 1, 2, 3.
Pasta!
Okay. So
Well,
that's
thank you very much for watching.
We had a lot of fun just sitting here rambling. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
If you did, there's that nice little like button, the subscribe button, and then, what we would also like. So I believe we also talked our next anime was going to be Naruto.
Naruto.
Yes, we're going to be talking about Naruto.
Okay, so Naruto is another one that has a lot of ups and downs, and we'll talk about that. What we would really like for everybody to do is actually comment why you like Naruto, even if why you don't like Naruto. I mean, things that kind of let us know. Be nice to each other, because we do want to keep it positive here. Who knows? Maybe we might actually focus or feature your comment.
Feed us your bullet points.
Yes.
Yes, feed us.
Yes.
We will eat. We will eat all the hamburgers.
And I have diabetes.
It's okay. We are Americans. But that pretty much wraps up this episode. So if you didn't get the point by now, if you like Hetalia, your anime rocks. Keep watching it, keep loving it, and stay tuned for the next episode.
Thank you.
Bye.